And then, so we're recording now. And then time to share the screen. All right. Hello, everybody. We are team 2 for the CRE project. My team is Hadi, Arthur, Michelle, and me, Spencer Kroll.
All right, so the overall rationale of our CRE project was to tackle the issue of human resource management facing employee retention and how the Gen Z generation defines employee engagement, as well as helping HR managers to anticipate workplace needs for this generation as well.
Okay, so for the next part of the literature, there were 4 bullet points that we came up with, and one of them would be the retention, which is defined as employees' intention to stay employed. Employee engagement is also important. It's a strategy to increase the retention. Uh, Another bullet point was the retention is very critical for the organizational success of a company. And the last one we came up with was employee engagement, which is very important for generations to become engaged, stay engaged, which would make an employee want to stay with the company to feel like they are involved in the company.
For our first table, it just shows off kind of the demographic of who they test or studied on, and the largest demographic was males between the age of 18 to 22 that were non-working. And when it comes to their education level, the majority of them were business and IT majors and juniors in their class as well.
All right, and for the thematic analysis result of the question, what is your definition of employee engagement? As shown in the figure, themes derived from the qualitative responsive from the participants found that meaningful work, job satisfaction, organizational culture, enthusiasm for a job, and relationship with coworkers were the top 5 themes.
In the results figure 2, it just showed off what the students recommended to make the increase in employee engagement. And their number 1 choice was making the job more challenging and meaningful, because they wanted more of a kind of a push to become a little bit, or like work harder. And then one of their least encouraged things was provide more teamwork, as I think that just shows that they think that they could do more on their own, or they don't really feel like they need to be pushed as a team together.
Okay, the results from table 2, which asks the questions of what items rank the most important when seeking a full-time job position after graduation. It shows us that it shows the top rankings of what students in the survey found most important and how it varies from students who are already in the working force versus students who are not. And as you can see, it's pretty different, but it just, I don't know what to go up with that. I guess I could say it's pretty different because the generational.
Yeah, I like that. You could say like the difference is like in the age gap between, or like the, I'm sorry, not age
The
gap.
working experience.
Work, yeah,
Yeah, the working and non-working students
right.
have like a different outlook on the what they like think is better.
Or more important.
Right.
So we can see it's different because the working students find things more important based on their experience.
All right.
Okay, so interpretations. So we came up with some bullet points and we came up with what is important to the workplace for Gen Z workers. A lot of workers are choosing different perks over money. They're looking at what benefits can they get out of the workplace. Can they work at home, more flexible? Um, we also have another one, which Gen Z employees entering the workforce, human resource managers will need to be prepared for new hiring and training approaches. So they need to be more, come up with more ways that they can engage new people coming into the workforce. How can they entice them to want to work for their company? What can you offer? What can you offer the workers? Employers will need to engage Gen Z employees in the workplace. So you can have meetings where you can invite the Gen Z employees to attend, make them feel that they are valuable to the company, see what type of ideas and strategic ways they can help the company. Also, HR managers will need to address the needs of Gen Z employees, be it flexible hours, work from home, work 10-hour days, maybe 4 days a week. They need to come up with ways to entice the Gen Z employees. And also, HR strategies will need to increase employee engagement and retention with new Gen Z workers for them to stay at the workplace. Like I said, the study shows that it's not always about money. It's about the benefits that they can offer these Gen Z workers, make them feel valuable, make them feel that they are valued at the company.
And for implications, employers will have to depend on Gen Z workforce as previous generations retire and drop out of the labor force. Understanding Gen Z's needs and wants will be important in order to maximize employee retention and minimize employee turnover. Businesses are losing a lot of money because they have high employee turnover, and understanding what Gen Z expect in a job may help executives and HR managers increase employee retention, hence helping decrease lost money and time. Also, research suggests employees who are engaged put more effort into their work.
All right. The limitations of the study is that the age difference is a subject that limits the study because the Gen Z is younger and opinions and mindsets might change as a whole generation gets older. And it's also hard to characterize a whole group of individuals because there's a there's it's a wide group and you can't really put like a whole, you know what I'm trying to go here.
You're good. Take your time. Are you good with that slide though, other than that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and then after that, as time does change in society, there's more technology that is applied to the jobs, and it might make the things that employees do that are easier, and it's harder to compare with different generations who had older styles of working.
For recommendations, things that can be improved upon on the survey and also just make the survey a little bit more accurate for times to come is maybe have a smaller age range between the students, as 18 to 22 or 23 is kind of a large age difference, and kind of pinpointing more on like a small age from 18 to 19, or even just targeting a certain class for like freshman, sophomore. All their decisions might have different, like they might be different results, and everyone might value different things more their grade level compared to what a senior might, who might be closer to college or having a job outside of school, who might think differently than they would have as a freshman. Another thing too is you can separate the different students by degrees, as a business student will not have the same type of job as an engineer or an architect will have after college. And they will be, a business student tends to work more in a team, more in a corporate office, while an engineer might work more individually, work more setting up their own ideas than having to give it to others to look at and kind of make a decision also as a team, but in a different environment, and could be asked to do different things, which would make the results different on what they value more. And for the final thing is you can always ask more questions on what type of job people are going to go into in their profession. Somebody that might be going into a more individual job, as I was just talking about, is going to be more inclined to work as a team than somebody that's going to be working as a job individually. They're not going to want to work with other people. They're not really going to care much about team events, team problems. They're going to be more focused on themselves and their task at hand. And they could care more about salary than a team person could care more about working together in their work environment as well. And then that's it. I'll stop sharing.